Hello and welcome to another Murders at Karlov Manor draft. I'm Paul Cheon and we are still rank number 2. We went 4 and 3 in the last video with an okay Boros deck. I feel like just in general, we have not had like a really awesome draft deck in a while. So I think this is the draft where we get to turn it around. Maybe we go green, maybe we draft a bunch of colors, we'll see what happens. Now, before I click this ready button, if you've been enjoying all of this content, the whole Road to Rank 1 series, I did launch my Patreon channel. The link is in the description below. Shout out to all the current patrons, thank you so much. Now, it's time. Come on, first pick. I don't want to first pick a triple green card. You know what I mean? That's just not... It's just not something that I want to do. Archdruid Charm is pretty good, but I don't want to first pick it. Detective Satchel is pretty good, but first picking it is a little bit awkward just because it's gold, right? It's blue-red. It kind of commits you into going into that color combination. So it feels like the pick is going to be Makeshift Binding here for me. It's just the most flexible. I mean, it's the most flexible card in terms of just having a card that you can splash. And look, I love me a Makeshift Binding. I've been running into a lot of just completely ridiculous bombs recently, so I'm happy enough taking the first pick Makeshift Binding there and seeing where things go. Here there's a Novice Inspector, definitely the best of the commons as it is the best common. It's funny, the best 3 commons are like Novice Inspector, Makeshift Binding, and Inside Source. So I think I'm going to take the Novice Inspector here and try to cut off the white, noting that we do see a Long Goodbye, and maybe Projector Inspector as the other 2 good options out of this pack. But as you know, white is usually a highly contested color, so it might be pretty difficult. We'll see. Moving on to this pack, we have Seasoned Consultant, Crowd Control Warden, and Extract a Confession. If I wanted to go black-white specifically, Extract a Confession could be something to consider, but I'm really wanting to cut off white as much as I can. I'm just going to take the Seasoned Consultant here as a 2-drop and as a way to cut off this color if I can. The thing is, even if I don't have like a super go wide strategy, this card can still be fine. It's a decent blocker and it still just has some utility in the late game because it can attack for 3 later. So let's just start with that, cutting off the white, but noting that we do see an Extract Confession here in this pack. Now we have this pack. There's Meddling Youths, Projector Inspector, and Fanatical Strength as consideration. This is like the first somewhat decent green card that I've seen. So I don't know if green-white is where we want to be. Meddling Youths is interesting if I want it to be red-white, but I haven't seen that many indications of red. We are starting out with 2 detectives here. I haven't gone blue-white in a while. And Projector Inspector is one of the best blue commons. Maybe it is the best blue common. So maybe I'll take the Projector Inspector here over Fanatical Strength and Meddling Youths and see kind of where things go from there, right? Now we're seeing a pack with no blue cards, but there's Loxodon, Eavesdropper, and Get a Leg Up. Both are very, very good. And I do think Get a Leg Up is better, so I'm going to take it. Particularly if we're going to be a green-white aggressive deck. I think maybe in blue-green, where you're trying to grind out your opponents a little bit more, the Eavesdropper can be better, but I just think this is a premium combat trick. There's a bunch of Crowd Control Wardens, and I'm hoping some of them tables if we do end up in a more aggressive green-white shell, if that's what ends up being available. Here, I'm just nothing really for our deck, for the cards that we have so far. It doesn't really look like red is kind of the lane that we need to be. I'll take a Haas the Vigilante as the random top-end card to pump my creatures if I need. But packs are drying up. Packs are drying up. Now we're not seeing the green cards. There's a Bubble Smuggler here. If I do want a 2-drop for like a blue-white deck, could just take that here over the Riftburst Hellion. There's another Bubble Smuggler. This is not... I mean, it's a deck. This is a deck of Magic the Gathering cards. Is it a deck of Magic the Gathering cards that I'm excited about? No. But it's what we've seen so far, right? This is just what we've seen so far. Basically no red cards. Some blue cards. I'm not saying Bubble Smuggler is a high pick. The thing is, none of the blue cards are especially good, right? We're looking at Deduce, Reasonable Doubt, Unauthorized Exit, I guess, is the one that stands out, along with Projector Inspector. So it's hard to tell whether or not blue's open or not. White's definitely being contested. I mean, this just feels like a draft where everybody's kind of in the know. So it's just we're going to have to scrap for a somewhat playable deck here. All we know is that we're probably going to be white, and blue is likely to be our second color because we only have that Get a Leg Up. It was just really weird that we did have a random pack with Get a Leg Up and the Eavesdropper, but then green seemed to kind of dry up from there. This is a very good pack. There's Get a Leg Up, Repulsive Mutation, Cold Case Cracker, but of course we're slamming the Unyielding Gatekeeper as it's white. Excellent creature to play on too, and then also later, you can use it for a lot of added utility. And us cutting off white, definitely paying off here. Wojek Investigator getting passed over to us. Now, those Crowd Control Wardens didn't table, which is unfortunate. None of them did. But I think this is a card that's quite good if you're green-white specifically. But let's slam Wojek Investigator. I don't have to explain to you why a 3-mana 2/4 Flying Vigilance card that draws you cards is good, is a good Magic. Do I need to explain to you why 2 copies of a 3-mana 2/4 Flying Vigilance creature that gets you value is good? Wow. Pack 1 sucked. Pack 2? We're starting out with 3 white rares. Urgent Necropsy is also fantastic. If we were maybe a green-white base, that would be something to consider on the splash, but not over Wojek Investigator. Oh, by the way, also a detective. Also a detective. Other cards here, Granite Witness, Push Pull, Seasoned Consultant, they're all fine, but let's slam Wojek Investigator and try to figure out what our second color is supposed to be. Not seeing that many blue in this pack. I wonder how good Hard Evidence is. Sumala Sentry can be really good, and our blue is not that strong. You know, I'm going to take the Sentry here just because I think the upside of the card is just so much higher. There's a Hard Evidence, which seems okay, but I'm going to take the Sumala Sentry out of that pack just because, I mean, I don't see a lot of blue. I don't see a lot of green either, but I just think this has way, way more upside. It's just a fantastic 2. I'll take Crowd Control Warden out of this pack. Makeshift Binding, what the heck? I mean, I like Case of the Locked Hothouse. That's kind of cool. Coerce to Kill, Shock. This pack must have been completely outrageous. Oh, Get a Leg Up, 7th pick. Okay. All right. All right. I know it's kind of like we're kind of like touching green right now, but Get a Leg Up is an excellent, excellent trick. Really happy with our spells right now. Double Get a Leg Up plus double Makeshift Binding. Now I'm actually curious. What do you think is better in white-green? Auspicious Arrival or Fanatical Strength? Well, the stats say Fanatical Strength, so let's go with it. Also, by the way, Fanatical Strength plus Get a Leg Up is kind of a combo, right? If you go really wide, that's actually pretty nice. Now I'll take a Sanguine Savior because we have the Sumala Sentry. This goes up in value, and we're going to be pretty heavy white, right? We only have a handful of these green cards, so our mana is going to be at least 9/8, 9 planes, so we'll take that. I'm not ever playing Cease and Desist in this deck, so I'll take Case of the Shattered Pact, just in case. Hey, we'll take Seasoned Consultant. It's just a 2-drop. Happy enough to take it. We'll take another Seasoned Consultant. Happy enough to take it. And now we... Oh. Okay. Well, this always happens, by the way. This always happens. We opened Ezreal. Our green cards are not that good. We have some combat tricks in the Sumala Sentry, but we have a Projector Inspector, and Ezreal is just an absolute bomb. We have a ton of detectives. I could take Eavesdropper. No, I'm taking Ezreal. Can you can't fault me, right? You can't fault me for that, taking the Ezreal there. Come on. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this thing. 5 mana, 5/5 flyer. I know all these green cards are pretty good, but come on. This thing is good. Okay, let's take Market Watch Phantom here. It's a white card. Don't have to think about it too much. Not seeing too much green here. There's a Gleaming Gear Drake. Now I will say our spell count is quite low. We only have the 2 makeshift bindings. There's a deduce or a Fae Flight. Fae Flight, I guess, could act as a trick. This is just a random detective, though, that I can play face up. Yeah, I'll just take a deduce. Why not? I don't mind deduce. I think I'm actually pretty good on 2s right now. So I'm going to take out cold because we're kind of low on spells over the Market Watch Phantom. Look at this. We already have 7 2s at this point. So I think it's just more important to pick up an out cold type effect for this deck. Here we'll take Granite Witness. Very, very good in blue-white detectives. Dogwalker also pretty decent. I think Granite Witness is better. What's our detective count, by the way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't think it's quite high enough. I'm just going to take Granite Witness here. Unauthorized Exit or Auspicious Arrival. I'm going to take Auspicious Arrival. It's our first light combat trick. Ooh, this is interesting. I'm taking the Cold Case Cracker. I just like this card too much. This doesn't really feel like a Karlov Watchdog deck either. I'll take the second out cold. Probably doesn't feel like a Griffnot Tracker deck either. Sanguine Saviors definitely gets worse here. I don't know about the Vigilante. Technician could be okay. Like I said, this deck's not really going super wide, so the Watchdog isn't fantastic. Gadget Technician just makes a Thopter, so that's pretty good. Fae Flight can be a reasonable combat trick. We'll see. No Private Eyes, but we have Ezreal, all right? This deck is just survive, 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 play Ezreal and Wojek Investigator, and these flyers are going to get us to where we need to go, okay? That is the plan. We have a plan. I don't mind this plan. Okay, let's take a look at the deck. Let's take a look at our colors. All right, so 9 white, 8 blue. Then we need like one last card, maybe the Sanguine Savior. Other cards here are Griffnot Tracker. I like this a little bit more if I'm playing Private Detectives and such. There's Karlov Watchdog, Vigilante Defense. Like none of these are all that exciting. So let's take a look at what our deck looks like here. And let's put our face down cards here. Still just looking at, I mean, we have a lot of kind of mediocre cards. Sanguine Savior in this deck. Crowd Control Warden's not particularly great. It is our only big creature to flip over, and we have 9 planes, so it's not too bad. We're pretty heavy on creatures, but, you know, this Sanguine Savior, the thing is, I think we could just win a lot of games just through our flyers, right? That could be our game plan. We have the Sanguine Savior, Double Investigator, Granite Witness, and Cold Case Cracker. This makes a Thopter. So that could be a game plan to win the game and then like tap things down without cold, go something along those lines. Once again, let's take a look though to see if there's something we like or we don't like. The reason why I don't like Griffnot Tracker, honestly, is if you're on the draw, this card is terrible, right? It's a 4 mana 3/2. It just doesn't block anything. It's only good if you're planning on attacking. Heck, even if it was like a 2/3 flyer, this would be better, I think. But just the body just isn't great. Like I said with the Karlov Watchdog, we have nothing. We have basically nothing that enters a battlefield that makes a token, which I think makes Karlov Watchdog bad. Again, a card that's really bad when you play your turn 4, when you're not just curving out and putting a bunch of tokens into play. Yeah, you know what? I actually think Crowd Control Warden is probably not great here. I have the 2 Bubble Smugglers that I can also flip up in the late game. I like the flyers. I think I would just, if I want something big, I'd rather just have the Haas the Vigilante to put counters on my investigators and my seasoned consultants. So, yep, let's go with this. Let's go with this. Blue-white, switching back and forth between green-white and blue-white. Unclear if this was where we needed to be, but I want to play with Ezreal. We had some blue cards, and here we are. Here we are. Let's draw our awesome blue and white rares, and everything else will be fine. Everything else will be fine. Great hand. Every time you start a hand with turn 1 Novice Inspector, you're always happy. So we have Novice Inspector turn 1 into Seasoned Consultant into face down card. All right, Novice Inspector turn 1. Oh, they see my Novice Inspector and raise me a Novice Inspector. I'm not going to attack. Like, they're going to block. That just, there's no point. The question here is, what do I play face down? Sanguine Savior or Bubble Smuggler? Come on. Come on, friend. The thing is, they've now opened a door for me to attack. To get in for one. But I guess they want to get us for, I don't know. I'm thinking too many levels here with both of us just having the exact same start. So now they're not going to attack. If they use get a leg up to trade, I am happy with that. I think. Because it's just a Sanguine Savior anyways. Yep. The thing is, if they get a leg up, I mean, I guess they'll just want to attack with one. That's sure. Just sneaking in 1 point of damage at a time here. 1 point of damage at a time. I mean, that's just a really good trick to get out of their hand early, I feel. Like, my game plan is to kill them with a bunch of flyers. So this is just pretty good in general. Next turn, we're going to be able to get... How did they... Oh, I see. Okay, that's okay. Out cold. They have another 1 mana available. Why did I attack with the Novice Inspector? I'm falling into my opponent's games here. All right, so our opponent's found land number 4. Probably hide in plain sight. No, it's not hide in plain sight. It looks like it's... They're looking at their graveyard, but they only have 5, so no collect evidence card I can think of. It's all collect evidence 6. So they might have a Vitu-Ghazi Inspector. Oh, it's a 10th District Hero. Okay. That's very good. Feel like I just want to get that off the battlefield and not think about it. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't want to think about it. I want to be able to cast Makeshift Binding on 10th District Hero. I'm going to pass, crack a clue, try to hit land number 6 so I can flip over my Bubble Smugglers. That's kind of what I want to do. Alrighty. So now they got to crack. It's really funny. It's like we have almost like the exact... I know I'm green-white, they're blue-white, but we've just kind of had like almost identical starts, right? It's just like Novice Inspector into Seasoned Consultant into like Removal Spell and a face-down card. But we do have some bombs in the late game. We're going to rely on them. Let's crack this clue. That was a very good draw. Let's attack with just one. And see what they do. I am happy enough trading Novice Inspector to get the 6/5 on the board. Otherwise, I'm going to get them for 2, play Seasoned Consultant, and then cast Out Cold. So that was a nice sequence of draws here. Let's see what they play. I imagine they're probably going to crack a clue. Let's tap these two down. And see what they do. Maybe they have another bite down on crime, who knows? Get my consultant off the battlefield. But this is frozen for 2 turns, and this gives us the opportunity to flip over our bubble smugglers. If they want to double block my novice inspector, be my guest. Six, 79 to 11. This would put them, if I flip over my bubble smuggler, it'll put them down to 3. And I think they recognize that they're just going to take too much damage if that's the case. All right, let's think about possible combat tricks here. Get a leg up would be pretty annoying, because then I wouldn't be able to kill the sentry. But they already cast 1, so I think it's more likely it's like Fanatical Strength or something along those lines. So let's just do this. Flip it up. Auspicious Arrival. Fanatical, it has to be Fanatical Strength. Yeah. Okay. Well, we still got the Sumala Sentry off the battlefield. They had to use the Fanatical Strength. They're at 8. So still not looking too bad. All right, so bite down on crime on the face down card. So Bubble Smuggler is now down. We can still get in for 1, depending on what they play. Oh, V2 Ghazi. Oh, it's just a 1-3 V2 Ghazi. Okay, that's not too bad. I can afford to crack this clue, so I'm going to. See what we find. That's a deduce. Let's play Gadget Technician and pass the turn. That was a great turn for them, though. Definitely helped them stabilize. But at the very least, because of the life total discrepancy, they can't really make like a super aggressive attack, because I also play this face down creature. And we're in a pretty good position where I think, depending on what they play, of course, we will be allotted some time to be able to try to draw into like our Ezram or some of our other big flyers that we have in our deck. The second copy of Out Cold would be phenomenal. And that was the last card in their hand, so let's go ahead and flip this up. Let's go ahead and deduce. And that is the Out Cold that we were looking for. The question is, do I wait on this Out Cold and just add more to my board? I think so. Don't have a great attack. I have no idea what this face down card is. Okay. Just a hit for 2. Right, let's activate. Cold Case Cracker, very good. Wow, Projector Inspector as well. Oh man. Yeah, this is pretty nuts. Yeah, I'm just interested in just playing more permanents. I'm going to loot still because I could always draw Ezram, right? It could always be a better card. What did I say? It could always be Ezreal. What's funny is it's not even clear that Ezreal is better here. And they got their 10th District hero back. Yeah, I don't actually know if Out Cold or Ezreal was better in that spot, but we still have a lot of power here, so I think they still have to be very careful with how they attack. And they cannot attack with 10th District hero. They can hit us for 5 maybe with the Vengeful Creeper. Yeah, I don't... Oh, man. Like, was Out Cold better? No, it can't be. It can't be, right? All right. It's just like Out Cold just allows us to get in for so much, but I'm hoping this Ezreal... The problem is just like everything is going to have Indestructible. Like I need to find the other Makeshift Binding, I guess. They're at 8 life though, and they only have one thing with Reach. Oh, and they can't double activate this turn. So the Cold Case Cracker actually is a safe attack here. Actually, they can't give anything Indestructible. Now, granted, they can turn this into a 4/4, but they have 6 blockers, and we don't have that many good attacks from the ground. So I think the only real attack that we have here is with the Cold Case Cracker. Now, if I loot and find, you know, a 2-power creature or something, I guess, then I can jump the Market Watch Phantom as well. All right, here we go. Loot. Huh, okay. I don't think I need to give this flying. I honestly don't. I think I'm just going to attack with Cold Case Cracker here. And then see what they do. And I think we're in a pretty good spot here. And I want to keep the mana up to protect the Ezreal. Just because I think having a 5/5... I value having a 5/5 lifelinker in play. I'm just going to throw that out there. They probably want to keep their clue in play. I think they're going to turn... They're going to make a 4/4 here. And then they're going to crack this clue and make a big attack. But they're at 5 life, and we can just attack them back. And being like this turn, if I just go 5/5 hexproof lifelink, it's pretty good. And a lot of it will also just depend on what they can have and how they attack. They might just make like a really crazy aggressive attack here. And so we just have to be mindful of that. I don't think 10th District Hero can attack. We can just put like a lot of creatures in front of it. Right? Because they can make it into like a 5/5, and then if they have a Fanatical Strength, like that's fine. The question is, do I take this or do I just block with the Ezreal here? So they're at 5 life. They have one thing that can block a flyer. So I probably shouldn't put my Ezreal at risk. I think I can put like a Novice Inspector in front of one and I'll be fine. Yeah. All right, what do you have? What do you have? Because if I just play a flyer, they just die, I believe. All right, I'm going to crack a clue here. They could have make your move, I guess. I doubt it, though. Oh, Granite Witness is incredible. So let's go ahead and play that. So that gets flying. Let's turn this face up. Let's tap the V2 Ghazi Inspector. All right, we got it. What a back and forth there. Playing against a very, very, very solid green-white deck with 10th District Hero, but Ezreal getting it done. Blue-white, let's lean on our rares, and let's get there. All right, 1-0. Good start, good start. We are first. We drew the Ezreal. I'm keeping. We have 2 lands, so we got to build up to the Ezreal. I have a question. General question. If you can play turn 5 Ezreal, do you slam it if you have no other place? Or do you wait till land number 6? All right. Would love to draw a land here. Vengeful Tracker, okay. All right, land is amazing. I'm going to play a face-down creature here, give my creature wings, best use of my mana. Now if I draw land number 4, I can go Seasoned Consultant plus Auspicious Arrival or Unyielding Gatekeeper. It exiles, okay. I can also use it to save my own creature if they have a combat trick. So right now we're just kind of on, hey, if I can just draw a couple of islands in a row, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. Here, I'm just going to continue playing it safe here. I'm going to just do this, get my Market Watch Phantom to fly and attack in the air. And then next turn, I can go for a big attack, including the Seasoned Consultant, and then rely on my combat tricks to, hopefully save my creatures while also being able to trigger the Seasoned Consultant. Missing on land number 4 was unfortunate, but it's okay. Man, I'm getting PTSD. Do you remember the other day where my opponent just made infinite tokens with this thing? It was brutal. What is this card? Unyielding Gatekeeper. Oh, I should have played a Novice Inspector. Oh, okay. Well, they're blocking with that anyways. That's fine. I'm going to use this to save my Gatekeeper. And we'll play Novice Inspector. All right, at least we had some clues to sacrifice to try to draw some lands. But I don't feel all that great against a Proph's Eidetic Memory in play and us not being able to find some mana sources here. They are at 13, we're at 17. We do have the Gatekeeper if they happen to play something gigantic. Gleaming Geardrake is excellent. Oh my gosh. They can crack the clue, turn this into a 2/2, and then add a counter here off the Proph's Eidetic Memory. Okay, they're not. That's fine. All right, so they want to get aggressive still. Okay. Oh, this is brutal. This is really brutal. I'm going to crack this clue. I'm just going to lose if I don't draw lands. Land, please! No! Why do you do this to me? I'm just asking for good games of Magic. Is that too much to ask? All right, so now we are... Okay, this is getting torched. Yep. We are playing a very, very defensive defensive brand of Magic. If you got shock, you got shock. As a, okay. Let's play Cold Case Cracker. The thing is, this Gleaming Gear Drake is just going to be ginormous, right? Like, they can just crack 2 clues and then use the Prophytic Memory. Oh, and there's a Pyrotechnic Performer too. So they can make a 5/5 Gleaming Gear Drake this turn. Or a 5/4 Pyrotechnic Performer, either or. It could be, this could be an instance where if they just load up a ton of counters onto their cards, then I'm going to have to go for an out cold just to stay alive. Definitely just blocking here. We're just concerned about staying healthy with the Ezreal that we have. Harried, the post-combat Harry Jonesmith. Yeah. This is an out cold turn. We need the time at this point. We're gonna out cold, and then we're gonna slam Ezreal, because we are not in a position here to play around anything, really, I don't think. Oh my gosh, what is this deck? I don't even know what to do. Okay, here, Projector Inspector. Let's loot to try to find some land. I can't even crack my clues anymore. Let's play this. Because they had the Krenko with red mana up. And I guess we pass. The thing is, this Gleaming Gear Drake is just going to be bigger than my Ezreal. You know what I mean? And they have the Krenko here with the Harry Jonesmith. Like, they're just kind of living their best life. What is one to do? They make a Thopter, they crack it. All the goblins become X2s. They get a goblin. I mean, this is a super sweet deck. Oh, and they played Demand Answers. So Prophytic Memory also goes off. Ay, ay, ay. I'm gonna have nightmares over Prophytic Eidetic Memory. I just am. You think? Let's just say that there's an advantage bar. Who do you like? I don't like where I'm at. Our hand was fine. I mean, this, even if we drew the mana to play Ezreal turn 5, I don't know that we're beating that start, right? It's just like the Krenko is amazing. I mean, Krenko just as a 3-mana 3/3 haste is great, but in a deck that can really take advantage of it, like with Harry Jonesmiths and you're drafting a blue-red deck, like, it is incredible. And in that deck, at least with that draw, it was incredible. Okay. On the play this time, turn to deduce into some face-down cards and Cold Case Cracker. Just a perfectly normal, reasonable hand of Magic. Lead with the island here. Okay. And then we have our opponents playing black-white. Unscrupulous Agent would be like the most annoying card, I guess. Nope, just kidding. That's probably the most annoying card. I probably should just kill that. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. I'm just going to play the Angel. The thing is, it's going to be hard for them to find an attack into the Investigator here. Okay, that's fair. It's going to be funny because they're going to play a creature post-combat. Yeah. But that's a good attack because they could have On the Job, and I have Wojak Investigator, so it's a very, very good attack. Wait, no, that was not good. That was actually not good. If you have 2 creatures, why don't you just turn your Neighborhood Guardian into a 4/4 and hit me for 4? I take it back. That was 100% not good. All right, so they're representing whatever, auspicious arrival or something, I guess. If they have auspicious arrival plus toxin analysis, so be it. And losing the Cold Case Cracker to the Trick is fine. They use their turn. We still get to eat something here. Yep. Trying to empty out our hand as quickly as possible. That was good. Let's play Seasoned Consultant and Granite Witness. I mean, they played all good cards so far. They're just kind of stuck on lands, and they mulliganed. They're probably going to want to crack this Clue for some mana if they didn't find land source number 5. Where did our clues come from? Oh yeah, the Deduce as well. But if they didn't find a land, it's going to be kind of tough if they don't kill the Investigator, right? Because they can only make one play, and then I'm going to get a clue. And so this is just going to continue providing me lots of advantages. What is this attack? I guess I'll take it. Oh. Sure. Okay. You know what? I don't mind. If Neighborhood Guardian trades with this Griffin, it's fine. Because I want to play the Gadget Technician and make a Thopter. Like I don't care about taking damage here with the Neighborhood Guardian. Like we have Makeshift Binding. They have all the cards. We're making all the clues. They have to kill the Investigator. Slice for 4. Not much I can do about that. Okay. Let's make a Thopter. Just more offense across the board. And let's draw a card. If we find a land, I probably just want to... actually, I'm just going to tap down the Neighborhood Guardian. Let's play another Consultant. And yeah, I will play this land. They could have Unscrupulous Agent, but I got a couple of extra clues. I just feel like I need all the mana here. They are playing the color combination that does have Wrath in it. Okay, not a Wrath. We're good. Okay, let's draw some cards here. Let's see if we find like an out cold. That might just be better. Oh, that's an Ezreal. Let's just go for the win. They make a 4/4 here and they still just die. Yep. All right. We played against a lovely, gentle person that had commons and uncommons like us. But unfortunately for them, they did stumble just a little bit, missing that land drop, and we were able to come out victorious. Okay, 2-1, Azorius Ezreal. We are on the play, and this hand is amazing. Wojak Investigator, yes. So turn 1 Novice Inspector into Wojak Investigator with Makeshift Binding. Love, love, love this hand. Nothing to do this turn, unfortunately. How many cards are they on right now? 3, 4. Okay, Sanitation Automaton. So let me think about this. If I crack this clue, I go up to 6 cards, then I go up to 7, then I go up to 6, then 5. I actually think maybe I'm not supposed to crack this clue. No, I need to be able to hit my land drops. Let's see. They're gonna draw. They go to 7, then play a land 6, then go to 5. We draw, we go to 6, then 7, then 6, then 5. It's actually kind of interesting. I mean, blue-red doesn't really do a good job of killing Investigator on turn 3, right? Let me make sure I did my math correct here. Clue, go up to 6, draw for turn, go to 7, play a land, go to 6, play Investigator, go to 5. My opponent, draw for turn, 7, play a land, 6, play a face-down creature, 5. All right, I'll just... I think given the color combination that they're playing, I think this works. It could still be... we'll fully admit that this can still be greedy. But there's just... It's like Torch the Witness, I guess? And it's very unlikely that they're going to double spell. So I'm just kind of playing into all of those factors there. That's what I'm doing. I'm so happy that I drew a land there. And gonna play Seasoned Consultant and pass. They might have a bounce spell for the Investigator. Just deduce? Okay. Now this is really, really great for us. They can crack their clue and cast Galvanize now, but we already got the clue here. Oh, ill-timed explosion. Sure. I mean, we got some value with the Investigator, so we can't be too upset. They need to discard something big here. But ill-timed explosion is a fantastic card. But we're not really down too many cards here because they had the automaton, right? And this replaces itself, and the Investigator replaced itself. But, you know, we played our bomb and they played theirs. That's what happened. All right. Naked Vigilante, your turn. Our hand is 5 mana 4/4 into some makeshift bindings. Oh my. They are going full dirtle. And it's working. Props to them. It is working. All right, we need to draw a creature here. That counts. Lost in the Maze. Yeah, good blue-red deck. Definitely good blue-red deck. I mean, we do have some good answers here. I would love for them to just play just random creature. Let's go ahead and just play this face down. I'm going to save this face down creature. I'm not interested in trading with that. I kind of hope they try to kill my right face down card. Like, just try to like galvanize it or something. Then I can flip over my Loxodon to save it. Ooh, even the blue-red duel? Love it. The biggest concern, the thing I'm most afraid of right now is just them like drawing a satchel. Another face down card, okay? Well, I'm just gonna flip this up as a flyer. And let us, That's kind of interesting, whether or not I should attack with this face down card. The thing is, I think given that I didn't attack the previous turn, it kind of gives away that it's not something big. So I don't think I can actually get away with sneaking in a bunch of damage there with it. I'm actually going to out cold here. Like, I don't really want to loot, and I want to have the mana to, like, save my Granite Witness to, like, a removal spell. So. Save my witness. Okay. Did they have another removal spell? Are they going to out cold me? We'll find out. Because if I out cold, I don't know what this is. Mistway Spy. Okay. Interesting. This is still like combat, right? Like they haven't attacked yet, right? Okay. Let's do that. No clues for you. You should wait until you attack, I think. But it is what it is. I don't know that I want to use the makeshift binding. I feel like I'd rather just play a projector inspector here, so let's go ahead and do that. We have a land to loot away here, which is nice. Happy enough trading this face down card. And then let's play an investigator. Oh, it's the... No, I don't want to deck myself. I don't know. I know it's like always loot, but is it always loot? This is... Oh, man. Luis is going to yell at me. I'm going to get yelled at for sure for not looting there. It's like, what are you doing, Paul? Obviously always loot. Yeah, now that I have this investigator in play, I don't mind just like running out these makeshift bindings if they just play out a bunch of creatures, but we'll see what they do. Although granted, we're kind of getting to the phase where the investigator actually is just not going to draw me cards, which is fine. It's still a 2/4 flying vigilance creature. Okay. You know what? You know what? I have an answer for you, buddy. I got an answer for you this time. All right? You can't just come terrorize me every single game. All right, this is a Crime Stopper sprite, I think. You can't just terrorize me every single game. Oh, is this push-pull? That doesn't seem very good. Okay. I don't really... I guess you put a counter on that thing? Wait, the Krenko... Wait. I don't know. What's happening here? This blocks here. This blocks here. All right. Oh, that's okay. So they wanted to flip Case of the Burning Masks. Okay. Yeah, sure. That makes a lot of sense. I want to kill this face down card. What are you? What are you? Oh, mysterious creature? Okay. It was a big blocker. All right. Looking pretty good here. They're going to use this case here to draw some cards, though. But I love trading that Projector Inspector for Krenko. They found an Out Cold, which they have to cast now, which is still very good. Absolutely. We have 5, 6, 7 mana, so we can't face this down and flip it over. They're probably going to crack a clue to try to find something. I should probably save this Makeshift Binding. But they do have one card in hand, so it's kind of it's interesting. It is interesting. I'm gonna save it though, because if I draw land number 9 next turn, I can flip up my Bubble Smuggler and also cast Makeshift Binding. And I just need to do this in case they play a giant flyer like this one. Good call, Paul. Good call. Look at them thin out their deck. I love it. I love it. Probably tap it for mana, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Okay. Okay, here we go. Lethal attacks. You don't have another sweeper. Good game. Okay, okay. Beat a very solid blue-red deck with Krenko and Ill-Timed Explosion. No more Krenkos, okay? No more Krenkos. 3-1 with Azorius Wojek Investigator. I like how I'm not even looking at my ranking. I'm just assuming that it's not going to go up. It's just like, we can't even... It just doesn't move. All right, this is a little bit of a land-heavy hand, but I got to keep it, right? Turn 1 Novice Inspector into turn 3 Makeshift Binding with an Out Cold. Certainly needs a few more creatures. Hopefully we can crack a clue and find Wojek Investigator. Perimeter Enforcer, turn 1 from the opponent. If I don't find a play, do I just Makeshift Binding that thing? Yeah. And honestly, this is mostly because, like, if I had an actual play here, I would have made that play instead. But because of how tempo oriented this format is, I just think it's important to just like use your mana every turn if you can, if it affects the board in some way. Right? Get in a damage there. If they block, we can Auspicious Arrival plus Seasoned Consultant. If they attack, I probably take it. If they Galvanize, I probably take it. If they Dogwalker, I probably take it. That was a really good turn for them. Alrighty. I suppose it's Projector Inspector here. Probably just discarding almost anything that we draw. Oh, no. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. I'd rather discard the consultant here. Try to get myself into a position where I can draw land number 6 and also keep up Auspicious Arrival if they choose to make a big attack. So that's kind of what I'm trying to set myself up for here. And if they attack with everything, that's kind of a situation where double blocking is bad, where you just try to make a single block to kind of put them in a rough spot. So Torch the Witness here for 2 will kill the Projector Inspector over Auspicious Arrival, so we let this resolve. Okay, we will crack our clue. Try to draw a land here. We did not draw a land. Okay, we did not draw a land. So, I feel like because we have enough things to do here, and my life total is pretty high, I don't need to jam the Ezreum just yet. I'm going to play Gadget Technician here, because it just, like, it puts multiple bodies in play, and it does a good job of just, like, blocking what's in play right now. And even if they, like, quote-unquote blow me out with a combat trick, it's really not that bad. The mana, leaving blue up here is a little bit obvious, but it is what it is. I mean, the alternative was to play the Granite Witness, but I feel, like I said, I feel like putting an extra permanent in play at least this turn is just a little bit more valuable. All right, so they're going wide, so a little more cause for concern. Dogwalker attacking. I actually valued a Novice Inspector more, so I'm going to flip this up and just block Dogwalker with a Thopter. Because Novice Inspector and Technician are good blockers against the dogs. All right, drew the land over there. We're slamming Ezreum. They have 2 mana up, so they can't really kill it here. In response, at least. Galvanize, sure. We have Out Cold as well. I mean, depends on what they do. If they attack me with all their creatures, I can block the dog. Right? Because everything deals 3 damage. So I think blocking the dog is fine. Like, what if they have on the job 4, 8, 12 damage? Screw it. Wow, they had nothing. That was a good attack. They had nothing. Oh, no, maybe they did. Because they played Meddling Youth post-combat. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. This is an out cold turn, I'm just going to say. Yeah, okay. We should have this locked up. Because those creatures are locked down. Can attack here. Let me think. It's actually kind of interesting between Seasoned Consultant keeping up Auspicious Arrival. No, I don't think I need to keep up Auspicious Arrival. I'm at 17 life. I'm just going to play 2 creatures here, keep up the mana to save the Ezreal. Yeah, I don't care about any of this stuff. And then we're at 14. It's just like, they can't kill us. Ezreal getting it done. Like next turn, we have a 5/5 that we can pump and give it hexproof. The only way is like if they can give lifelink or something along those lines. Torch the Witness. Okay. Sure. They probably should just keep their creatures back. Oh, they have one more card in hand. Seasoned Consultant. All right, they're dead. Like this blocks here. The only, I guess, Pyrotechnic Performer can attack. All right. It doesn't matter. We have Auspicious Arrival. We just cast this on our flyer, and that's game. All right. This, by the way, is this is why you take the Ezreal. All right? Just a big, beautiful, large flyer. Dragons are good. You take them. All right, 4 and 1. Blue-white rares. Keep it going. Okay. What do we have? Well, can't mulligan this. It's turn 2 Seasoned Consultant into Sanguine Savior, into Makeshift Binding and Out Cold. Just a regular hand. This is just, it's like we're like in the lobby. We're just waiting. We're in the waiting room. We're chilling. We're waiting for that angel. Or what's the creature type for Ezreal? Detective Overlord? That's what I would do. I don't actually know though. Oh, did they miss a land drop? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Hey, this is what happened in yesterday's video, right? Yesterday's video, we kept a 2-lander on the draw. We didn't draw land number 3 in 2 turns, and we just conceded. So, them's the beats. All right, playing for the trophy. Go big or go home. We have a solid deck. We're on the play. I'm going to keep this 4 lands, 2 islands, 2 plains, Makeshift Binding, Deduce, and Projector Inspector. So very happy with this. Maybe I should just main phase Deduce, to be honest. I don't want to get countered, really. So if they don't have anything here, they could have like a removal spell. I think I'm still going to run out the Projector Inspector. Now, if I draw something like Wojak Investigator, that would be great. But, I mean, it's one of those, like, we need to draw cards anyways. We force the action. Obviously, when they go double Mountain, it's pretty likely that they have Shock or Galvanize. I could have just cracked this clue, but they're going to get us with Shock and Galvanize anyways. Oh, Demand Answers, discarding Barbed Servitor. Okay, never mind. This is entirely not what I expected. Why does everybody play this card against me? That's the 3rd Krenko. It's okay, we got the removal spell for this one. Got a couple of out colds here. Can cash in some clues. Harry, just... This is also a card that everybody's been playing against me. Not as good in red-black, I don't think. I can't imagine. With this much mana, they might not attack with Harry Dronesmith. Yep. Which is fine. So this is an instance where if they play a creature, I'm gonna outcold. And if they don't, then I'm gonna... Oh. Oh. Alright, that's a nice little combo. They're gonna sack their Thopter. Okay. Wait, what just happened? What is happening here? Where are we? Okay. I'm so lost. All right, this gave us some time to start cashing in on some of these clues. Let's see if we can find a relevant play this turn. That's really unfortunate. Really wanted to find something. 2-drop here would be good. Okay. At least we found a 2-drop. Oh, no, I should have played the Market Watch Phantom first. Ay. I mean, to be fair, I think they would have killed it in response to this Phantom anyways. But I should have played it. What the? Okay, it's a 2/2 first striker. Gonna take 1. Okay, come on, deck. Come on, deck. Give me a little bit of help. Okay. Okay, you're trying. You're trying. They're red-black. They probably have a way to kill this. Is it another long goodbye? That would be kind of nuts. It feels like it, doesn't it? Yeah. Ay. Okay, we're at 14. Yeah, I mean... Our top decks are a little bit worse here, I'm just going to say. All right, well, this out cold into the next 2 draw steps has to be really, really good. Ezrim, obviously, is like the thing that we're really looking for, or just more removal effects. Let's see what they're going to do with the Clandestine Metal. Oh, it's a vampire! All right, let's tap down the 2 biggest creatures here. All right, clue. Be good. Stop killing all my stuff. Draw lands, friend. All right, come on, Ezrim. We need something big. Okay, that's a decent sized creature. We need a lot of help though. They have just so much action. Okay. This is a 4/3 with it gives it first strike. Oh. We have 4. This costs 5. This costs 5, so we can't do everything that we want. I mean, that wasn't a bad, like, back-to-back, but we're going to need more. Like an Ezrim? All right, so they're at 9. They just have far too much power and toughness. How did this happen? We've been through 11 lands. And they've drawn 5 lands. I guess that's exactly how that happens. It's not rocket science. So this thing has first strike, so I can't really attack with Haas the Vigilante. I'm going to play Wojak Investigator, and I'm going to play the last card in my hand and pass. I don't know what the oops was, but... All right. We got some stuff happening. I don't know what this face down card is. Okay, so that's a menace. That's a 4/4. It's a 4/3 with first strike, which is really annoying. This thing doesn't have first strike, right? All right, let's flip this up. All right, you go here. You go here. Then you go here. I don't know what the face down card is. Oh, this thing has menace? I did not know that. Hold on. Something like this. Is that good? Alternatively, no, because I don't want to throw the angel away. Sure. Whatever. I don't know if this was good. Great blocks. All right, we're at 2. This is not ideal. We need Ezreal badly. I think it might just be the only card. Nope. Land and Seasoned Consultant. Ah, yet another trophy eludes us. Yet another trophy eludes us. Yep, this puts us dead. Yeah. I don't think there was anything in particular that we did like poorly in this game or anything. They just had, you know, a solid red-black deck, and this was just mostly just kind of a war of attrition, and who just ended up with kind of more relevant permanents in play. But I will say Dronesmith beat the crap out of me. It's just... Dronesmith went to town. Let's just put it that way. It's not even that good in this deck, but like the fact that they were able to make a 4/4 orangutan, it was nice. This random synergy is coming in handy as well. And if they attack with everything, we just die. Wait, they didn't put us dead? I guess they were really afraid of something. That being said, I mean, what can we even do here? Oh, sure. That's why. I mean, alternatively, you could have just killed me, but... is that good enough? Extremely unlikely, let's say. We kill this, we block... I'm just gonna concede. Okay, let's not waste any more time. But, at the end of the day, still with a 6-3 finish. 0-3 against Harry Dronesmith, I believe. So... I guess I need to respect that card a little more. But all in all, this was a really interesting draft, right? Because we were kind of mostly white, but we weren't sure between blue or green. Both of them seemed open-ish. right? Clearly people were fighting over some of the cards, and I think by the end of pack 2, we were really leaning towards the green end of the spectrum with double Get a Leg Up, Fanatical Strength, and Sumala Sentry. That looked pretty nice, but remember, after pack 1, we did have some number of blue cards because we just randomly took Projector Inspector and a couple Bubble Smugglers. So I was just like, well, and I have this Gadget Technician lying around. Like, what happens if I open Ezreal in the last pack? Is Ezreal enough better than those green combat tricks where I should just take it and try to go in that direction? And ultimately, I decided that yes, it was worth it. And Ezreal won me a bunch of games, right? I don't know if the green cards would have been better for me. The Sumala Sentry, I'm sure, would have been fine. But Ezreal has an impact on the game that not many cards do, right? It's a 5-mana 5/5 flyer, gives you so much value. It's very difficult to race. So I'm kind of happy that we ultimately tried to stay as flexible as possible while taking all the white cards. And then, of course, being able to make that pivot because blue was kind of open in the last pack. So we were still able to get some cards to kind of fill out the rest of our deck. So all in all, I mean, honestly, we had a bunch of ordinary cards like Seasoned Consultant, not at its best in blue-white, certainly much better in red-white, but we still made sure we had a reasonable mana curve. Pack 2 was incredible. Starting out with Unyielding Gatekeeper into double Wojak Investigator. This card was fantastic. And then having some premium removal spells to go with that ultimately ended up in a 6-3 finish, which, I mean, kind of coming into this draft, if you say you get 6 wins for this, yeah, I'm in. I'm in for the 6 wins when we switch colors in the last pack, right? So we actually have a pretty decent record with an Ezreal deck, but still ranked number 2. Might need another 6-3, might need another trophy. We were so close. We were 6-1 and still number 2. So we have still a few more wins to make up, but that's the whole point of this week. That's the whole point of me trying to hit rank 1 before OTJ comes out and MKM becomes a thing of the past. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed the content and wanted to support the channel in other ways, I did launch my Patreon channel. Shout out to all the current patrons as I really do appreciate your support. The link to the Patreon is in the description below. I'll catch you tomorrow.